All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here in Lake Harmony, Pennsylvania. Welcome back to the channel. Haven't been posting in a long time, but this guy has inspired me to post more. So I'm gonna get back on the schedule and post for you guys.
The people need the wisdom, Shahin.
They need the wisdom and now the comedy as well.
Yes, why not?
Laugh.
Hey, it'll help. Laughs help.
But I previously mentioned this before I left for this tour, that I'm going on a tour with my band, Genghis Pierre, and what we were doing essentially is driving across from Los Angeles, California to Portland, Maine, and then down to Nashville, Tennessee, and then back to Los Angeles, all within a 16-week period without having any shows booked beforehand. So it was a walk of faith to see if we were able to book shows on command, meet people, make connections, and just develop our skills as musicians and as business people, as entrepreneurs. And it has been a beautiful trip thus far. We played shows in Colorado, Nebraska, upstate New York City, Portland, Maine. We're now currently here in Pennsylvania, and I actually met this guy to my right, Zach Riddle, in Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Which is near Portland, man.
And Zach, why don't you tell the people what you're doing? I know you do your
Yeah.
a lot, but tell the people what you're doing for my channel.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's nice to have had a break for the past week at least, right? Because, I'm also, traveling the country, and I'm hitting all 50 states. And I am an artist as well, but unlike Shahin, being a musician, a musical artist, I'm a visual artist. So like you said, my name is Zach Riddle. I'm an artist entrepreneur from Chattanooga, Tennessee. And about 7 months ago, I started this tour where I am selling 50 t-shirts in all 50 states for $50 each. So it's called the 50 FIFTY 50 FIFTEE, like TEE t-shirt, $50 tour. 50 tour, 50 t-shirts in every single all 50 states. I sell 50 shirts for $50 each in all 50 states. Okay. And then there's one rule, which is that I don't leave the state I'm in until I sell all of those 50 for that state. And I only use a small business t-shirt print shop in each state that I go to actually get the shirts made. And then just like what me and Shahin are doing right here, I interview the owner of each shop in each state so that when people buy my t-shirts, they get to know the person behind the t-shirt who actually printed it, and get to know that small business more as to why they got into that, business. And then it's just more promotion for the small business itself. So I've already completed 10 states. This is why I'm here, currently on break, about to go home, recharge, and invest in myself so that I can keep investing in others around the country. That's my motto, invest in yourself, something that fits very well into this channel, I would say. But yeah, I'm from Tennessee. I've already completed Tennessee, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland in a Honda CRV, driving around everywhere. That I'm also sleeping in when I have to. Tennessee, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland. Drove from Maryland all the way to Maine. And then I completed Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire. Like he said, I met them in New Hampshire. And I can, step for step, remember how it happened. You guys were packing up.
Yeah.
I had just dropped off some buttons somewhere, and I was like, yo, I appreciate these guys, coming out here, setting up. And I had my camera on me, my film camera, and I was like, yo, let me see if these guys want a picture. And then, picture turns into a conversation. Conversation turns into, let's start, hanging out and, hanging out in Portsmouth in the parking lot, yeah.
We're here at a timeshare.
Now we're here at a timeshare, yeah. And now that's life, bro. And now I'll be out in California to join Shahin and all of Genghis Pierre once I make it out to Cali for my tour. So yeah,
Yes.
that's my quick
Thank you.
Rundown.
So, all right, you guys got the rundown of Zach. Now, so like my channel, Zach's seen some videos now. You know the vibe. It's about like manifestation, like having a vision, like all that stuff. Using your
Yes.
imagination to create a dope life. So I want to know, how did you come up with this idea to do the 50-50-50 tour?
Yeah.
And then maybe you can just talk about where do like ideas and brainstorming, like how do you work that into your life? Like,
Yeah.
is that like a major central theme of it?
Yeah, no, I mean, the idea itself for the tour, I always like to tell people that, I've been an artist for basically like 4 years now. So that idea truly was probably marinating in my brain for like 4 years. I just didn't know it, you know?
But
Someone was up there in my brain just stirring the stew.
Okay.
And then once I figured out that someone was up there stirring the stew and what was in there, and I was like, yo, that's a good idea. No, but it's a multitude of things, bro. I've wanted to travel the country for a while.
Okay.
I've wanted to make apparel for a while. And the reason I wanted to make apparel and waited to make apparel, right, because I've been an artist for 4 years, I've never touched apparel until this tour.
Oh, shit.
Because I want to make clothes with meaning, because there's a lack of that.
Yeah.
And then I think ideas in general, right, because this is what I've been taught, like, not taught, but some advice I've been given by a really good, what some people would say, artist. And I introduce myself as an artist entrepreneur, which I am. I'm also a human, which every artist is a human too in general. But he said, I'm not an artist, I just have ideas. And there is an art to having ideas in general too. So I think I really took that to heart in general. It's like, I need to start focusing more on the idea behind the art, the reason. I think I've told you all this like a million times. Like, I think it is like a subconscious thing. I don't know if I consciously ask myself this all the time, but as long as you like kind of like have those 3 words where it's like, who are you, what do you do, why do you do it? In any like job, you could have like a sales job for a company, like a, pushing paper, like, big corporate company. As long as you could still answer those questions and be like, yo, I work here because I want to support my family. It's like, you know what I mean? It's then the, then you can justify the time that you put in for that. But, so yeah, that tour, the first T-shirt I ever made, well, not the first T-shirt I ever made. I did make some test ones and stuff, but the first one I ever sold was on this tour. So I just had to wait to make clothes because it was just a medium for me that I wanted to be very thoughtful about. Because I felt like every other kind of medium I went into, I kind of just blindly went into it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I actually like am a proponent of like doing that a lot, actually, just like going like balls to the wall, like immediately. Like if you want to do something, like literally just buy all the equipment and do it. Yeah. And if you hate it and it sucks, then try and sell the equipment. Yeah. And if you can't, try and fucking use the equipment again. Yeah. But, ideas in general, I think I'm always just trying to, like, out of the box is, like, such a, like, cliched thing to say, but, like, you just have to be self-aware, right, of, what you're capable of and your strengths and stuff like that. And then you just have to be aware of, like, society and how people think, bro, because it's, like, that's what you're playing on. Like, that's who you're playing to. It's, like, at the end of the day, you're playing to people, bro. It's, like, a subscriber or a view at the end, it's, like, like, there's a person behind that pressed that button, right? So it's, like, how do you make a connection with them when you're not even in front of them? But something that I'm super grateful for on this tour that I'm doing is that I get to shake hands and like take pictures and meet and have conversations with the people that support me and buy my shirts. Yeah, super cool. If you want to make T-shirts and sell them all online, there's nothing wrong with that. But like, there are like some really great things that you can do, like going out onto the street. You know what I mean? That's something that we can maybe talk about in general. Like, if you just want friends, go outside. Like, it's fucking not hard, bro. Like,
point because I feel like in modern society, like we lack connection with each other, just human beings in general. And getting on the street just gets you out of your shell and forces you to, put yourself out there and make connections with people. Now, like, once you start making connections with people, you learn that like there's some really cool people out there.
But people are scared to be embarrassed in front of people they don't know.
Yeah, that's so true.
Like I've learned, that's why I was saying, like when it comes to ideas, like I think I've just learned a lot about people in general. Like I think I've always picked up on like just like how like people operate essentially. Like I'm very like a people watcher and just like keen on like how people move and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I just think that knowing that I'm like seeing a lot of things, right? Like
Yeah.
I'll be out there and it's like and you guys have experienced it too. Like people just stare at me, bro, on the street. And I'm like, I hate that, bro. It's like you're obviously curious enough. That one saying I'm really liking right now that I didn't come up with it, but I'm just like even adults, bro, and it's for adults and adults that do this to their children, bro. They lock their children's curiosity, bro, in a cage, bro. And it's so sad to see, bro, because I see the differences. And adults do it to themselves, too. I make buttons on the street, like, for free for people. You can draw your own. I'll teach you how to make it. There's literally a video of Shahin doing it on his Gangs Pierre Instagram and my Instagram as well. Yeah. But the immediate reaction that people have is like, oh, I can't draw. I suck at drawing. And I'm like, shut up. Shut up. Kindergarten was the easiest class, bro. I tell people all the time, the only way to fail my art class is if you just don't draw. So it's like, why are you like robbing your kid of like learning something new and doing something cool? And I know like people are like hesitant because it's like people on the street. It's like they just have this like notion of thinking they're gonna scam you or something, or that they want money. And I always have a sign that says they're free, and they are. They're literally free. Yeah. But like I see the differences in like how like parents raise their children. Like I saw a parent in Salem, Massachusetts that they had like two children, and the mother, like while they were walking by me and like some like I think they had walked by some like musicians or something like that, and the mother was just like, don't ask any questions to anyone ever while we're here. And it was just like, oh my gosh, bro, like let your child be a child. It's like if they're like, you're not even gonna let them ask you a question. It was just sad because it's like I've seen the opposite where like parents have basically made me their like quote unquote like babysitter for like 5 or 10 minutes or whatever. Really? Because like we start talking, they're like, yeah, sure, like we'll make buttons. It's like a family or whatever, and then it might just be like the one single parent or whatever that's out. And they're like, oh, I got to go use the restroom. Like, this is perfect. So, like, and then they'll just be like, yeah. They'll just, like, the kids are just, like, there making the buttons or whatever. But, yeah, it's just funny.
You've seen both ends of the spectrum.
Yes,
That's what
bro.
you see on the streets.
Yeah, so many things, bro.
Everything.
So many things, bro. So, it's like, if you want to get out and, like, meet new people, it's like, it doesn't have to be a bar. Because it's like if you don't drink, it's like you don't have to go to a bar, go to a coffee shop. If you feel like, and here's the one thing, it's like there's a difference between trying to go get friends that are, different gender. Like there's nothing wrong with like that, right? And then in general, just like being friends, like with anyone, right? It's not hard. Like you just have to be like your natural self, right? And then there's a difference between trying to go out and like get something beyond like a friendship, obviously, with a different gender or something like that. But in general, it's like I think some people are just scared to like go make friends because they might come across as like, oh, this dude's kind of like creepy, or like this dude's like, you know what I mean? But if you're literally just out doing stuff that you like if you like to go play golf, it's like, or if you like to go bowling, it's like, it's not weird to go do those things by yourself. And then if you see other people doing it, you're like I always like when you have the urge or like something tells you to go talk to someone or like go do that urge, because it's like with my tour, there's been so many affirmations where it's like things just happen, bro. Like I can't explain it, bro. It just happens. Like
Yeah.
I don't
like
even.
Synchronicities.
Yes, bro, because it's like.
Describe some of this. For example.
For example, the second state, I sold 4 T-shirts to Jalen Ramsey, starting cornerback of the Miami Dolphins. The first day he was in Miami to sign his contract with the Dolphins, bro. He's from Tennessee too. Like it was just like the chances of that, seeing him on the street right there. I mean, there's a million things, bro. Like, it's so hard to like think of, off the top of my brain. I mean, even meeting you guys, bro. It's like I didn't plan this on the tour. There was a spot in Vermont, bro. Shout out, Keep Vermont Weird, where Burlington Church Street Marketplace, which I could have a whole conversation about Church Street Marketplace. That wouldn't be the nicest, but we're gonna keep it nice. Shout out Keep Vermont Weird. Shout out Stu at Battery Street Jeans. Shout out Intel Closet, but shout out my boy Scotty. But he helped me out, bro, to where it's like I couldn't sell on this one street. It was illegal. And he was like, needed help running his shop. He had this, it's like a really cool, like, I mean, it's a small shop. He knows it, but like, T-shirt shop. He makes his own stuff right there, designs it all in Burlington. Super cool merch, and T-shirts, stickers. Like it's just like cool merchandise that he sells and makes. We basically met each other essentially, and he was just texting me, giving me a lot of advice, other places I should check out, stuff like that. And he was like, "Yo, I need help running the shop this weekend. Do you want to get trained? I'll pay you to like sell my stuff, and you can sell your shirts too."
Oh, so he trained you?
Yeah. So
shirts.
yeah. So I got paid like $20 an hour to sell my own shirts, technically, which never that was never a thought of mine. Yeah, bro. It's just, I mean, it's endless. Like I could go through every state and like name like a bunch of things, but yeah.
Yeah. So relating it like back to like this channel, it's like you've already decided that you're not gonna stop this tour until you sell.
I mean, bro,
shirts.
it's like well, that's the
That's the synchronicities happen, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's the idea of the tour in general. Like, that's the plan. But it's like people do ask me all the time. They're like, "What do you think? What are you gonna do in this state?" Yeah. Shut up. Why would I worry myself with problems that don't exist? I hate when people do that, bro. It's like you're giving yourself stress for a problem that literally might not even happen.
Yep.
Why would I do that, bro?
That's right. You're wasting mental energy.
Yes, bro. Physical energy too. It's like that shit, like a mental toll leaves a physical toll on you at a certain point, bro. Like I can't stand that, bro. You know?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I know. I don't get it either. I mean, I've been there though, so but once you become aware of it, you see how nonsensical it is for sure. You should be putting your energy on what's in front of you and
because then what's in front of you won't even be as hard.
Exactly.
And it's like that's where it's like all the anxiety. It's like, bro, go in cold water, go in a sauna, like shit.
Have you visualized
the end? Always.
What's your celebration?
Champagne.
See, there we go.
I think this tour actually I've pulled a lot on that running challenge I did more than I thought I would, as far as the long term like mental toughness. Because it's like in a long run. Yeah, because you've done a marathon.
Explain what you've done.
Yeah. I mean, people have heard of it, right? It's called the Calendar Club. It's where you run according to the day, the whole month. So day 1, you run 1 mile. Day 2, 2. Day 3, 3. And you don't necessarily have to run every mile, right? Like we've both run a marathon. Did you?
Yeah, I ran a marathon, LA marathon.
And did you run every mile though?
Mile 21, I started walking.
Okay, exactly. Yeah. So. I ran a marathon too. I ran the first 16 miles and then walk, run for the rest of the race. But yeah, Calendar Club, I didn't run every mile, right? But I still did the miles. In the day, you don't have to run all those miles on one run, right? So if it's day 5 and you have to run 5 miles in that 24 hours. So you could spread it out in the day to just do 5 1-mile runs. But just in that 24 hours, you got to get that done. So I did it in February, which is obviously the shortest month. 406 miles in 28 days was the total. So, I mean, basically for that month, bro, I just slept, ate, slept, and ran, and ice bath. That was about it. And it honestly, mentally and physically messed me up for a long time. I was not prepared for the
It's more the
aftermath.
Yeah.
Because the marathon was nothing. Like, I was fine the next day, bro. That was,
Yeah.
but yeah, the mental side, and I did severely like mess up my body.
But what did you take from that you?
I took from that, bro, for this is just like, yo, in general running too, sometimes like for that marathon, it's like you might hit like mile 10 and you're like, dude, this sucks, dude. I hate
wanna
this.
quit and you wanna
Yes,
stop,
bro,
yeah.
but it's like I always like I enjoy going to these new different states too. So it's
Yeah.
like obviously I want to be it's like I'm competitive, I want to go fast, but that's the thing with the
Oh yeah.
affirmations, bro, is I've learned to just trust the timing because I'll get affirmations that make it worth it for the time that I like spending. You know what I mean? Because it's like I want to go quick. Like Charlotte, North Carolina, I sold 40 t-shirts in the first 4 days.
Wow.
I can't do that in every state. You know what I mean? Like Maine and New Hampshire were tough.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and plus like I had already done 7 or 8 states, through then or whatever. I'm tired. You know what I mean? Like I'm better at selling, but I'm also tired. And I just, at this point, I'm not as worried about as like how long it's going to take me, but just trying to keep, this.
It's like we said, a 2-year project or something.
Yeah, it's roughly like a
6, 7 months.
2-year project. I just turned
Yeah.
25 in June. So it's like, all right, flash forward, I'm 27. I just traveled all 50 states and sold 50 t-shirts in every single state for $50. And now I supported 50 different businesses, one in every single state, told their story. And how many other people did I meet too? Now I know at least one person in every single state, bro. It's like, yeah, I mean, after that challenge, bro, yeah, I ran the last 28 miles on a track by myself. And I had a bottle of champagne waiting for me in my car that I popped by myself in the parking lot. So it's like, bro, joy, it comes from self. Like happiness comes from self. Like invest in yourself, bro, because it's like no one else is going to give it. Like it doesn't just get given to you.
Yeah.
You have to get it. You have to take it, bro. It's there for the taking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, how bad do you want it? It's like, how bad do you want those? Like, if you really wanted a Lamborghini or like, it's like the people that get them, like that really, really want them, you know what I mean? Like they get them.
Yeah.
But it's like, if that want though is not based in like truth and reality, and it's just like a falsehood that you've like been kind of like pushed to believe is like, oh, I should want fast cars and, gold chain and whatever. That's fine if you want to do that, but it's like, figure out what you like and go do it, bro.
Yes. There's not one thing that everyone's going to want to do in life where that's the whole point. Like,
Success is subjective.
it's subjective, yeah. And most people don't
So is art.
define what success is for themselves.
Because they're only looking at it through a perspective of, I'm not famous and rich.
And the comparison.
Yes, comparison
Comparison is like
thief of joy.
thief of joy. So, now that's just funny because that's something I talk about on my channel is like visualizing the end, like
You have to,
and
bro.
doing that before you go to bed. So if there's like something you want to do, like
I just heard about this like 9 method or something like that, where
What's that?
it's like whenever you wake up and go to bed in the morning, if there's something that you like really are like wanting to do or something, there's like 3 ways to say it, I think, or something. I don't know what it is, but it's basically just like repetitively saying, I will do this, I will do this, I am, I will, I am, and just saying like the things that you are wanting to become and that you are and that you know you are. It's like, I know I'm a strong-willed individual. I know I work hard. And so it's like before or when you wake up, it's like, I am a hard worker. I love myself. It's like saying those things to yourself like 9 times in a row every single day. It's like, I will be a millionaire. Tell me the person that's doing that and the person that's not. And I'm not saying I do it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
You did. That's,
it's hard to give advice for things, but that was just an idea I saw. And I was like, that seems like it would probably work. I should probably try too. I mean, I should take my own fucking advice, right?
I mean, the most important times of the day, like when your mind is most easily moldable is before bed, drifting off to sleep, and then in the morning when you first wake up. And like one of the things that I did, like I have a video on my channel. It was like gratitude. It's actually a book called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. Have you heard of it? Mm-mm. And well, she has these gratitude practices that you do over 28 days. Uh-huh. And every day you start the day with writing down 10 things that you're grateful for, why you're grateful for that thing, and then every day is like a different 10 things that you're grateful for. You can't like repeat the same thing.
Do that and tell me if you still want gold chains and Lamborghinis, bro. It's like, it's not as cracked up as it like looks, I don't think, bro.
Gratitude
it's like,
is really like, I think in my opinion, and that's what I talk about too, is like living in a state of gratitude is basically like wealth.
You could be wealthy in so many things outside of money, bro.
And that's what's going to manifest.
Wealthy in connections, bro, I think is a lot of time worth more than money.
Yeah.
Someone who like will give you a couch to sleep on, bro, whenever. Like, do you know how many stories there are with that? With like entrepreneurs that are like, yo, this dude let me sleep on his couch. I got him for life, bro. Uh-huh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lifetime connection.
Bro, because because you knew them when they were like hustling, bro, struggling, bro, because it's like, we know this isn't like the end all be all, right? But we're just doing what we can with what we got in the time that we're given.
Yes. And
there's no barriers to entry, bro. There's no barriers to entry to anything you want to do. If you really want to do it, do it. And if you don't like it, do something else. But stop doing nothing.
Yes. It's so true, dude. This life it's like a playground.
Yes, bro. We literally live in GTA.
Yeah.
And
it's
there's
simulation.
Yes, bro. You control your own avatar. You can put whatever you want on it every single day. You know what I mean? It could literally just be, I don't know. Like, it's like you could wear tinfoil every day if you wanted.
Whatever you want to do.
Yes, literally. If you wanted to
accept
do
the consequences, but whatever.
Exactly, bro. But it's like, be free with the way you think, bro. I think that's ideas, bro. Yeah. It's like, don't limit. Like, that's something I like. No limits, bro. Like, you set your own limits, bro. That's so true, bro. It's like, you set your own limits, bro. If you think it's like, oh, this 9-to-5 job or this is the best of this relationship I have with someone is the best. That's what we were talking about the other day. It's like complacency. It's like, if you feel like the person you're with and your relationship you have with that person,
if the relationship you're in is
just stop, bro. You're wasting your time, bro. You're wasting your time. You're wasting that person's time. Yeah. Just come to grips with yourself. Self-awareness, self-awareness, self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for the most part, that's we gotta get going. So
we do kind of gotta get going. Let's hear a couple. No. Let's hear a couple of things. You talk real quick. Okay. 5 things you've learned off the tour.
5 things I've learned off this tour. Okay.
And it's not even over because they still got stuff to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We're in Pennsylvania right now.
I still have stuff to do too. I'm just on break technically.
Okay.
Technically you are too. But 5 things, give me just like small things like, it could be 5 things you're grateful for or just 5 things that you've learned.
Well,
or mix of both.
One of the things I've learned is there's nothing that you're obligated to do in life. I think a lot of people think that, but really, like, your life is just based off the cool shit that you can come up with that you want to do. Like, that's how you can live your life. Like, just think of cool shit you want to do, and then
Try and do it.
decide that you're gonna do it. That's the major part of it, and then go do it. And what you learn is that it's not really about that end thing that you like manifest or do. It's about the person you become to manifest
Journey.
that thing. Yeah, the journey. Like, you have to become, like, if you want to be a millionaire, you have to be a millionaire in your mind before you are a millionaire. And you have to develop the habits and skills and the lifestyle of a millionaire.
I mean, it's like if a millionaire's waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, working out, like sauna, cold bath, like reading, like all that stuff. It's like if you're not doing that and you are wondering, sticking around, like sitting around saying, like, why am I not a millionaire yet? It's like, well, you're not doing things millionaires do.
So that's that. And
Alright.
then number 2 is, I just had it in my mind, but kind of left me.
I think you learned something this week, right? Family, everything, right?
Yeah. So another realization I had on this tour is because I've been away from my family for a long time, been away from my friends, I've been on the road, is when you look back at like what actually mattered in life, if you were to do an assessment and you look back and like your life ends tomorrow, it's like what actually mattered? What was actually real in this life? And for me, the realization I had earlier this week was the love between my mom, my dad, my sisters, my close friends, and the love that we've shared and the community that we've created, and just the giving. Loving is about giving and receiving, and giving and receiving is just an upward spiral of that. That's what actually matters in life.
Upward spiral. I like that.
And
People only say downward spiral.
yeah, exactly, upward spiral.
Yeah, because it can create momentum.
Maybe we can create a shirt. There's an idea.
Now, the other shirt is, you got salmon, bro?
You got salmon, bro? But yeah, that's the main thing I've learned is like the love that you foster between close people
Is for life.
that's for life. That's primary. That's what matters most.
All right, 2. That was 2. 3.
3
It could be, like, it doesn't have to be,
3 is just okay, that was the thing I was talking about. Is I can do so much more to master my focus and attention. I have a long way to go for that. But your focus and your attention is literally
Everything.
the most powerful asset that you have.
Bro,
If you
tell
can
me how many conversations or, like, situations you've been in where it's like 2 people are talking and you can tell that one person that's supposed to be listening isn't listening, and you're listening more than that person's listening.
Yeah.
It's like people
Like
just
every conversation.
Yeah, dude.
No, it's 9 out of 10.
Oh my gosh, dude. This guy doesn't know how to cigar.
I know, this is my first cigar in years.
Oh my gosh, look at you, made a mess. All right, that was 3.
That was 3.
4.
Master focus and attention.
I need a funny one. I need like something that's funny.
4 is promoting a show trying to get 100 people. So, okay, I'll go do a backstory. We show up to Portland, Maine, and we say, let's book a show here. We decide we're gonna book a show. We walk into the first bar that we enter. We ask them, hey, can we play here? They say, yeah, you can on Thursday. Easy. We have a venue,
Bang.
dope venue, by the way, the Cavern
Free Street.
at Free Street in Portland, Maine. We love those guys. They let us play there, and we had a beautiful show. After that, we decided that let's get 100 people to the show.
Yeah. Smart.
So we only gave ourselves really only 2 days of promotion to try and get 100 people.
Really, probably only like 2 half days, so like
2
one
half
full
days,
day.
yeah.
Because I know how you guys operate.
Yeah. So,
Because I saw the videos too. It's just Kevin running after people,
we hit the streets, printed flyers, told people about it, passed out maybe 100 flyers or something like that. 14 people showed up to the show. So, but the whole time I was focusing on just maintain a good state of being and just play the show, plant your seeds, do your thing. What ended up happening is 14 people showed up to the show, but we played our set as we do.
And
with all our heart.
most of those people were
Go ahead.
not most of them. I mean, some of them. I say half of them were there for the other, like the opener.
For the first band.
Yeah.
So we play our show.
I'm not trying to just dig the
Yeah,
knife
you're
in
telling the
deeper.
facts,
But, yeah,
man.
but it kind of did.
We play the show, and you know the guy who booked us for the venue, you know, he comes up to us, he hands us. It was an 80-20 door split, so venue gets 20%, we get 80%, and he said, "You guys." Well, first of all, he said, "You guys rock," and I'm gonna give you all the ticket sales because you guys. I loved your music. I loved everything you did. He even gave us like a $10 tip on his own.
That's crazy.
And he said, I loved your guys' music. I love what you did. And he's like, I know you guys were trying to get 100 people to the show, and it didn't happen. But I saw the faces of everyone that was in the crowd, and they were all blown away.
It was a great time.
Come
I was
back
there.
next year, and we'll promote this show months in
Big time.
advance, and we'll make that 100 people thing happen.
Think about how much bigger you'll be.
Exactly. So the lesson I learned there is sometimes it takes more time to manifest something than you think it will. And you have to be patient. You know, in
That's
that situation,
patience.
In
Patience.
that situation, we could have been hard on ourselves and been like, oh, we suck. We only got 14 people. The manifestation failed. But bro, I'm still breathing. I'm still alive. I'm still doing this.
Perspective.
And I know that I will have 100 people in Portland, Maine at the Cavern in Free Street.
2024.
2024.
Be there.
Or whatever, I don't know. But that's happening, that's done, and I've decided it's done. So my lesson there was just have patience, and you don't know when exactly some things are going to manifest and become real. But if you decide that something's going to happen, just have faith that it's going to happen as long as you're living and breathing.
Boom.
So that was 4.
Number 5.
And number 5 is most important thing that we've learned on this tour, at least for myself, is just maintain a good state of being. Like how you feel is that's the most important asset. Like your feeling is your currency, bro. Because
Feelings, currency, and the feeling that you feel is the feeling that other people can feel too.
Exactly. Exactly. And like
That's the feeling you give off.
if it comes to business or sales or playing music especially, like it all is everything that comes to you is just a reflection of how you feel and what you put out. So a lot of people get stuck in like the logistics of like things of how it's all gonna work out. But it's like, no, are you right first? Like, are you straight? Like, do you feel good
Invest.
in yourself?
Bang.
Those are the 5 lessons I've learned on this tour so far, and I'm excited to get back to Los Angeles.
I'm excited to get to Los Angeles for, technically, it's the second time, but the first time to ever stay there. Shahin, thank you. Enjoyed the talk. Zach Riddle Art, ZachRiddleArt. You can find me on all platforms, including YouTube. As well, you could find me on my golf channel, Zach Riddle Golf, ZachRiddleGolf. Give me a follow, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn. You'll find me and Shahin on there a little bit more here soon as well. Appreciate the video. Oh, we're getting going on social, okay? You're gonna see us everywhere.